it. It's expected to be explosive. Heroic, they beat G2 handedly on this map last time, Chad, and Complexity are going to pick this for a reason.
They're on a 7-map winning streak so far on Nuke Complexity, so things are looking good going into their map choice right here, but Heroic are no slouches. They'll be starting on the CT side this time round, and the GG.bet odds there favoring the underdog after map number 1.
I'm expecting a lot from Complexity here. I want to see the best of them, and that's a brilliant start already. Taking down Borup, open things up, and down the vents we go. T-side going to make pretty much ease of their first intention, at least. Not really too many, I guess, limiting factors. Test is down low, dinked up, forced away. Config controlling. Down goes the bomb. And a 5v3 Obo still stands.
And Blame is the lurk in lobby. Really, really difficult situation for Heroic to overcome after this vent dive. Cadian in the aforementioned vents, but no kit.
I'd save the armor.
Save the armor seems to be the sentiment. Nico may not be given that luxury. Config's in a duel with Cadian as well. Gonna get the double peek, and now maybe they want to go for this.
Oh!
3 shots, perhaps. Someone needs to be on it. Nico's got another one. And just like this, they're on the defuse.
They've heard the vent.
They know where he's coming from. Cadian has the chance, and they've
No
done
way.
it. I truly cannot believe that. We were talking about saves 5 seconds ago, and Complexity fall. A double kill from Nico out of nowhere.
Can we just watch that back?
Please. Yeah, I need to see how that
Because
all
I
went
need to see
down.
how it happens, right? Because, as said...
Down's got a full armor set with the M4.
Here we go,
Let's see.
right.
Okay. Nico's killing ramp during this. Down's hitting nuts shots.
How?
Here's what I think happened. You know how my brain went, they're saving armor? So did Complexity. So what they tried to do is isolate that single duel on Nico, who was actually backpedaling towards that ramp position. That opened the door, that gave room. It entered into a 2-on-2 on the bomb site. Blame was so far away. And from there, Complexity, they've dropped an absolute sitter right there. Blame is going to be disappointed with that one.
3 AKs though, Chad.
What's that buy?
Yeah, with the bomb planted and all the players going down, there's cash to splash on both teams. There's an AUG, an M4 in round 2 of this quarterfinal. It's definitely a unique start, and this is going to have ramifications throughout the first 5-6 rounds, depending on how this next one plays out. Who does it favor? Obo's going to be lining up part of his part of the L-frame smokes. They start to fly out towards warehouse and main. And the flash from Cadian for Nico's AUG.
Very risky to push through this.
Go and have a look.
Surely. Wow, okay, that's a whole lot of faith in the hip fire, and I guess it works well. Trade, though, going to come back in for Obo, keeping it at level pegging, but he knows that they've seen a lot, they've got the information. Cadian's doing well to stop a lot of plays and surviving, even under all this threat. But the world around him's getting smaller and smaller here. The T's are closing in.
Yeah, I don't know if Cadian got info on the jiggle, but his movement suggests he does. Doesn't want to take that fight, so Stown's got a lot to do here on Mini. Shadow advantage minimal. Obo eliminates Stown. 2 players with very similar backgrounds coming into this one as they journey into Tier 1 Counter-Strike. Different jerseys, similar ages. Cadian, he's not going to have seen that. Reacting accordingly. This 3v3 looks to favor Complexity.
Oh my god!
What just happened? Did Rush crater?
He did.
Borup gets 1, but his Testis is double to confirm it, and Complexity, I'd call a timeout right now. That pistol, and now a cratered Rush, he's pulled a Sunny.
I'm trying to watch how he fell.
I thought he just hit the side
Oh
part.
no, he jumped, he hit his head on the top of heaven, and then before landing on the...
The slide part.
Yeah, he's missed it completely. I don't know if we get a replay of that.
Can we see it?
That was exactly how Sunny lost his life in the mouse sports game.
He tried to circle...
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Did he catch a flash at the same time?
Yeah, he
Am I going mad?
did. He did.
So he just whiffed the air move
Oh
because of
dear,
it.
we had one of those on Inferno, and right now you're right. I think a timeout should really be necessary here, even just slowing down this eco. To lose that pistol round in the fashion they did, and then that round falling in the same way, this is daylight robbery. Heroic, they've done a fantastic job to do what was offered to them, but they should have never been offered that. Now Blame, frustration.
Bloody hell.
Deagle to Nico. Oof. Okay, all right. Some love taps
Calm
now.
it down.
This game. Okay, well, we're 2 rounds in, and Nuke seems to be delivering. Yeah, slowing it down. I completely agree with that idea, Chad. Is like, you don't even have to take a timeout if you can just spend this entire round, everybody talking less, breathing more. Spotted out and sussed out by Tessus. His job is multi here.
Oh.
And, oh, great.
Ooh.
Team kill as well.
Shot Obo. Oh, we've had craters, we've had team kills, we've had Config finding a Deagle headshot. That will put the rifle M4 into the hands of one of their stars, and a that the smoke? Okay. Not sure how that's going to aid him in any way.
Cut off the sight line, and it's drawn 2 players into that lower bomb site, which has left Borup completely isolated on top. The rotation will have to come through the vent or late through ladder. And right now, that territory is being taken. If Config can make it up top, we can see right now that Blame's going outside to pick up Nico's dropped weapon over towards Warehouse. That's an AK and a smoke that he's been able to get. If he drops that smoke over towards in front of Squeaky Door and the vent, that'll isolate Borup here, and Config will be able to get into the site for free.
Bang on, Chad.
Time.
It's just this duel. Config has to get down. Borup knows it. Second guessing himself. Stound's got that covered, but Blame's gone down. It's all up to Config, and Borup picks up both. A swift double puts the third on Heroic's board, and that is going to be a very harrowing start for Complexity. They're going to need to come in so damn hot with a page off the strat book in this first buy. They need something where everybody's got their flight path outlined. This was a great shot from Tessus. He even gets the team kill into Obo.
God, you've got to hope you've got a really strong mental approach to this game.
That's a nightmare of 3 rounds.
Yeah.
That is an absolute nightmare. A 3v5 on the pistol round with no kit in play and losing a retake, followed up by a crater from Rush in a top side split that should have been theirs every day of the week, and then a team kill from your in-game leader onto your little star fragger. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Obo had 9 multi-kill rounds on Inferno. It's certainly within his remit to be getting more than 1 if he's not taken down, and unfortunately for Blame, he was to blame.
Oh my gosh. This is, I really think this is going to come down to a little bit of mental fortitude if Complexity can recover. And as said, they could do with a clean one, a good one, a solid one, but obviously the CTs now get so much freedom, so much ability to be a little bit cheekier, find some areas to turn those screws as Rush at -1 currently. Ever fun to sit at. He's having to walk into a bit of a trap here. Oh, he's seen it. Stound has definitely seen the arm. There's just enough of a pixel that should show on radar. He's called it. Cadian's there, tags him up. He can fall away from this. He has support here, but he's isolated him. The rest of the T's going to start coming in towards the site.
Nice work from Obo. He needs more. Blame tagged as well. Good work from Config on Heaven. Cadian, you're so dead. He gets the shot. And maybe he can live to fight another day. Tess is closing in. He's got a nade. He could dunk onto Blame, but he's going to use his bullets.
Oh,
And he's in the rafters.
Tess is
Forced to
still
drop
alive.
off. Config to clutch. And they know exactly where he was. Lauren, they're going to group up. Tessus, Cadian, regathering their resources. A flashbang is all they've got.
This is perfect from Config.
God, the flash is good, but it didn't even catch him. But a nice position, nice place. They have no idea, though. And if anyone, you kind of love Config in these. He needed the second, and Tessus outdoes him. Well played in the end of the CTs, playing it back in together. You could see the moment he was looking for, and there was a second he could have had it. But it slips away, and that clean round Complexity needs still evades them.
Jeez, the plant, though. It allows Complexity to get another buy on the board here. These rounds have been somewhat special here.
I really liked how quickly and decisively they were like, they're going yard, we'll take lob.
Yeah.
That was really crisp, like super natural. Stound's in Squeaky, Nico's in Hut. Suddenly, Rush has got a real nasty job.
It's like in that the post-game segment we were just highlighting, they're always working for each other. There's always a flash, there's always a trade. They know how to play off of each other very well here. The theory side of things has been beaten into these Danes. And that safe pair of hand mantra that we're putting on them, they work together. You know, they're not trying to do anything on their own unless they have to. And this buy coming on through, well, it's going to be quick.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Borup, the walking
Another
nade.
team kill!
Another team kill! Config can completely justify it if he gets more, but he's gone. A 2v2 again with 90 seconds still on the clock, and Stound stands up. Blame into a 1v1. This has been a mad start to Nuke. I truly I had expectations. They have been exceeded, and we're only 4 rounds in. Chaos for Complexity. You said mental fortitude's going to become a part in conversation, Lauren. This round even adds to it.
Let's talk through this right now because Blame and Tessus, they both know the situation. Tessus well aware where Blame found that final frag, knows where he was working with the bomb for Tessus. He knows exactly where it's been planted, or at least fallen. Yeah, not to confuse it for everybody at home. Now, playing the bomb allows Blame F to systematically clear through positions that he could be holding. There's so many.
Oh my God, the timing. Has that worked in his favor? Blame F's cleared slightly for...
Oh,
Tessus.
Gosh, you know that was a teammate. You've seen him.
Yeah.
You could see, like, the spray was not with conviction, not with his own eyes. That was Tessus just trying to put bullets down range before the same thing happened to Blame. Okay, I want to see that from the start. This is actually a team kill again. Rush goes down.
She's having a nightmare, isn't he?
Goodness for Complexity. I don't know if they could weather the storm of another loss in a 1v1 with the team kill in the round. Blame great shots just about adjusting in time.
He's going to be disappointed with that one right there. Things have been going so well for Heroic with the help of Complexity within these early stages here. But now they've had to go for the force buy. Pistols and an SMG.
Look at that. That's quite a deep... Whoa! Blame just with the P250 bullets. Actually chunking him down quite considerably. Does Tessus to hold lower.
He's already used his smoke, though, so this is very early in the round. He's going to need to drop back and hold the lines, whereas Blame has a Molotov to deal with him.
And I'm just, I know it's bad almost, but I'm scared for Complexity. I'm worried that their mental fortitude could suffer losses here, damage like that. It whistles you away, it just chips away at that confidence that you need to have. And any of these kills, any of these rounds go astray, it's going to be a nightmare to recover. Oboe barely stays alive, 1 HP, so suddenly these pistols are incredibly viable.
But going back to top as well, that damage done to the secret play is huge, but Burup's even better. That's 2 massive kills this round. Look at the damage. Look at the remaining 2. The nade from Tessus has softened them up.
Yeah, I mean, Heroic have played this to perfection, taking the initiative, taking the aggression when it's calculated. And now Tessus taking all this space outside. It seems like it's only a matter of time. Blame's back his turn. Borup holding the lobby push. Config's in CT spawn. I mean, this is peculiar.
God, they're saving.
They are. What a huge victory. You know, we were complimenting what Heroic were doing with half buys, with deals, with whatever they could. They've done it again. And it was through Borup. Taking, I can't find an alternative word or a better word than initiative, because that's what it is. It's like a whole team who take the initiative and play the percentage again into round 6.
This is wild stuff here. Complexity need to go back to their beds, jump in, close their eyes.
I was literally going to say this. It feels like a nightmare.
Yeah, they need to wake up from this first spree, because Lauren, you're bang on with the mental fortitude. This here, I don't care who the team is. The way that they have started this game, the calamities that they've had to endure just to this point, and we're only 6 rounds in.
And half it, I don't want to say it's not their fault. Obviously, there is part and parcel of it, but to have so many incidents in so many occasions in such a short span in a playoffs game, this is to get to the semifinals. You're already a map down. And this is your map choice. You just got kind of gifted a good start back in. You could have done well with it, but no, it's instantaneously put under a microscope of, well, everything now gets called into question. They need a truly strong IGL, great mental fortitude to keep that focus. Of course, they can do the motions, they can run through it, but you're certainly going to be doubting yourself in a couple of moments here and there. But on the other side, of course, Heroic feeling as such as well. Now just taking their time.
Distinct lack of the CT presence in Warehouse. They're quite happy to give Complexity the outside opening rounds, and they hold them at long range. Great work. Nico does give the early advantage. He will be checked here. Gosh, that was lazy. Sloppy corner clear, and he's going to get a knife.
Oh, I love it. A knife.
More salt poured into the Complexity wound.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm straight up mad. Like, how is there not a timer? I know these guys are consummate professionals. I know they're great at what they do, and they will maintain, and they will try and persevere. But trust you me, my blood is boiling. I'm sure theirs is as well. Blame F trying to do everything he can. One by one they peak, and one by one they fall. And now he's got the 1v1. He's got the bomb. He's got 35 seconds. Canadian does have that full util kit. He's got everything he'd want to try and kind of diffuse this building situation.
Oh, Blame given the chances, and he's got the aim to back it up. He's going around the world here. Canadian goes down. It's a clutch and a one they needed. You said he's leading from the front. Blame does it again. Yeah. Clutches for 2.
You wanted a strong in-game leader. He has had to pull them out of a hole here with 2 clutches in the only 2 rounds that they've posted. Everybody else is melting apart on their team. Craters getting knifed, team kills. The in-game leader, the strongest man in the game, quite literally,
yeah, we'll take that.
Is pulling them through right now.
Let's see these first shots. I mean, he's controlling his spray, but this third shot.
Boom.
Yeah. I can't even fault him for
Big
trying.
Boy.
And a good spray control, so he doubles his frags there in 1 round, and then some. 4 kills from 100 to 0 from Blame F. Plays as big as his biceps. 5-2, round 8 of map 2. And Complexity needed that. They do not, however, come in with everything sunshine and rainbows. There is a Mac 10 for Rush, a Galil for Config, and they're only up against those pistols.
Yeah.
A Zeus, though, for Kaden. Give me that any day of the week.
I think Blame's been working on his cardio because he's just giving Complexity a bit of room to breathe here. Thank you, guys.
I saw you wanted to say that line
Yeah,
for
thanks, guys.
all of Alex's intro to this round. It was really worth it, Chad.
It doesn't come to me often. I'm not the wittiest.
Oh, God.
Oh. I was ready.
Obo was really backpedaling there. Could not be
Straight
holding
S
down his
key.
S key any harder. Like, no, please, no. But finally, a break for Complexity. I think we can all actually just, you know, like in the movie, when there's a really intense fight scene, they have to cut away to, like, you know, a conversation in a room somewhere, because otherwise everyone gets a bit stressed.
Yep.
Right.
This is what's happening
This is
now,
it.
you know? Like, after all of that, we're now cut to Hobbiton or whatever, and they're drinking tea.
Could you
Elbows
imagine
skipping through the
the
field.
Zeus kill if that came through, and then, you know, someone had a revolver, someone gets a
Shut up.
revolver kill, then the Negev comes out. You know, imagine the way that it could go. We'd just get an absolute splattering of all the weapons here from Heroic onto
Heroic have actually
Complexity.
been really working on their Negev nuke. The 1.6 wallbangs come back out. Rush does get himself an extra 600 bucks.
Hey,
It's
is Rush on the
found.
board yet, officially? Because he's had, I think, 2...
He is down the board.
He's
now.
there we
Yeah,
go.
He has 2 kills, but it only says 1. So I promise
finally
you he has
officially
2
on the board.
frags, guys. I promise.
Here we go.
So now the game can actually start.
All right, so welcome to Nuke, guys. 5-3, of course, the starting on this one.
Yeah, mixing it up. Why not? Oh, it was Blame, not Obo. Sorry. But yeah, Blame definitely getting away from the only real threat in that round, and he's not fanning around with any knives or nades. He wants to get themselves back into this one. Chad's bang on, though. It feels like Nuke might just be starting. And topside push, Config pre-aiming, and he's got a real chance. 1 for 1, he'll take that with a Mac 10 and the adjustment slow. Looking good. Nico holding the wolf from the door with a triple kill of his own. Puts poison. He can descend quietly. Not anymore as he fires off some shots. Can he do what his leader has already done? Sets the precedent. 4 clutches from his squad. Poison. No slouch on the AK. Primary AWP for Colt. Now, where's that bomb? Now I can see, thank you very much. Clever camera, just at the bottom of heaven. Right to bait the pre-fire. Nico only has 3 bullets, you'll have heard that. Gets the reload all the time. Oh, lovely. Baiting the shots so he doesn't hear the drop. Tessus perhaps caught out. A long way to go before I can start shouting and screaming, though. Into the top site, they know where the bomb is. Poison playing around with the unknown.
1 flash left. These 2 still posted up. Molly comes in, forces the fight. And Nico with his 4th that round. The first 3 were outstanding. This just kind of seals the deal. But a lovely round from him.
I was just watching that back there. He's found the perfect gap against their top execute while they're clearing off, expecting main to be smoked. He right here is standing next to the cusp of this smoke right here that we can see on the screen and pivoting perfectly. So he not only used their smoke to obscure the vision from the squeaky door player, he also used it to deny the individuals coming out of hut. I'm really, really interested if that's something Heroic are well aware of and have prepped for, because he snuck in there like it was something he does every day of the week.
Yeah, it did look very comfortable for him. Of course, the problem with being the mini player that gets multi-kills is you can have to worry about yard. That does become a problem after 15 seconds of ridiculous amounts of smoke. I'm counting 5 outside at the moment. And Tessus, oh, he's got a good premonition. Oh, and a chance, but not enough. Poison opens up the site, opens up the account, and they're wrapping heaven. Nico, he's in the right place at the right time every time. Poison finding a double to get this round started.
Nice work from Poison. Coming online this time. He was a little quiet at the start, and I don't blame him. The rounds were certainly not with them. But now the T's get a little bit of map control. They get to put themselves into place. Down, toying with the ideas here, but you can see on the other side how close these boys are. And it looks like they want to run it up here.
Yeah, but, I mean, there couldn't really be a better weapon for this job here. Borup. Okay, burning, but they're flash 2, and unfortunately, yeah, caught in mobility. Poison will get that bomb down, breaks his legs for the efficiency. Unfortunately for Stown and Cadian, this might be the first time we see Heroic talking about that S word.
Cadian's getting a bit inquisitive here in the vent with the AWP. Important that they hold on to this going forward with the back and forth nature of how these rounds have been going on the later stages of this CT side here. But now he's thinking better of it, tucking on back. And both Stown and Cadian will do their very best to hold on to these weapons.
I was watching Chaos Com's video.
Yes?
They call decon sync, and I
Okay.
much prefer sync.
Okay, you want to call it sync?
I think I'm making the transition. Decon, it's just a bit of a faff. I understand there's some decontamination word right there on the screen, but sync is to the point, it's direct.
Yeah.
And I can run with that.
Okay.
That's
All right,
the
you
end of
can
my
flow. We
conversation.
can. Well, the reason that the players, this is for ladies and gentlemen at home, you try and keep it to like as lower syllables as humanly possible, so that comms are very quick and concise. That kill right there onto Nico, if he had a double, that may have changed the outcome of this round right here. Unable to convert, and good stuff for Complexity. It will be one of these rounds where they might have to consider the force, and they will. So behind this, a few more low buy weaponry. Deagles, MP9, a little bit of utility. It's going to be more of an aggressive stance towards Yard here. We have one tucked in towards the back of Warehouse, down spamming over through the smoke. We're up with the MP9 on his own in the top side.
Heroic are making a fan out of me. Really liking the diverse play here. Cadian will try and stick around. Credit card, and look at that. There's 3 players to receive early aggression outside this round. Does mean there's a gap, and they've identified that. So what's the rotate going to look like? Testis is going to be the first man on the scene.
Ooh. This could be nice. The crossfire as well could be coming into play soon enough. You can see the player down towards Sync now. Do you like that? Okay.
He's going through.
He's not going through. He's not that brave. Come on now, Chad. Calm it down. Cadian's on the case over towards Ramp. Flash in case he felt like it, but does he expect Blame F out there?
I mean, Blame got the kill, right? So he's aware it's a possibility, and I love that Cadian's got this inkling. He's probably going to sweep wide. Nico's looking for him as well. Oh, Blame. He is here to game. Another headshot found, and so a 2v2 in the mid-round. Down pushing lobby for info. Cadian holding the close line, and he will find him. No exit for him. Knife out for Obo, and 7 for Heroic. Double kills distributed nicely. And round 12, Complexity are in somewhat of dire straits. It's Obo and Rush will have to make some sacrifices.
They completely gave up the lower site there. Like, they gave up the lower site after having control, right? All it was the underarm flash from Stown into the bomb site from Sync that scared them away and forced them back into Cadian's op. This kill right here. And then now they're all searching. Everybody was searching. Blame searching. Nico searching. Cadian. Obo's waiting for the frag to come in so he knows where to go. But Stown, he's being the stopper in lobby, making sure those rotations can't come back through. Heroic are doing a fantastic job of dealing with the tendencies of Complexity here. And now the money's being forced on down. A MAC-10 will come out for Obo. Rush yet to buy. On the other side of things, an auto shotty.
So the things, or rather the players that have been standing out to me on this Heroic CT side, and you've already highlighted Stown, is the way that Stown and Nico are working together. When Nico's not main, Stown is there. When they're working on crossfires, Stown will often be ratting around that T-side vent. He can then catch the rotate, as you outlined, by Sync. But like, they are communicating together. The one that's closest to outside can take secret steps down. They've got like this lovely little flow state between the two of them where one of them's got the gaps covered. Very exciting to watch. And well, look, a different look for Stown this time. Through the flames, gets the bomb drop, and now a quick one from Rush. Borup pulling out the alligator, and he's hungry tonight. Snapping away on 2, and a bit of damage inflicted as well. Now Blame and Poison into the top site. Bomb loose. Complexity, they're trying to destabilize Heroic, but it seems that they can thrive in this chaos around the smoke. It's beneficial to Tessus.
Oh, he's got the bomb.
Yeah, it's
amazing
very loud.
away with that. Yeah, I was kind of surprised no one committed to just trying to stop it, but no. He's gone down towards lower, and Blame F is going to be playing this one almost on his own in a weird way. And Tessus expects it. He reads it like a book. Tessus really is playing such a matured game. He's really got an experienced head on the shoulders now. Poison in the corner. I don't see how he gets out of this one alive.
98% of the time, he is dead. Will we see the 2% tonight? Doesn't look likely. And there we have it. Tessus, yeah, playing well ahead of his years. And I think I could attribute that to many of the youngsters that find themselves in a Heroic jersey at this point. Very, very fun to see this team maturing in front of our very eyes. 8-4, folks. 8-4. It is CT side Nuke. You would expect to see the lead, but this next, 3 rounds of play will determine a whole lot as to how competitive this second map is.
We wanted to ask him some more questions, Alex. We might get an opportunity if the game continues in this fashion right here. This is phenomenal stuff. The tendencies, the way that Complexity like to approach these rounds, Blame always on the lurk, always searching for gaps and space and trying to take advantage of those CT-sided rotations. Well, right now, Heroic have his number. He's doing a good job. He's a reason that 2 rounds are posted on the board for Complexity with those clutches. And now it's pace. That's the answer. That's how Complexity want to get back into this. They've thrown the smokes, but Cadian's seen nothing's crossed.
Nothing to report.
Free information, that is. Now he has to be kept on his toes. Now they can respond accordingly. Going to adjust himself slightly to maybe a deeper hold, sit further back, maybe reading they are going to be on a lighter buy. Don't want to get overwhelmed. Here we go. Nico goes down, but Down is there. We said before, safe pair of hands and a safe 3-man pickup. But there's been damage done, but it looks like it's all but quelled.
Yeah, wow, there was moments there where that really could have gone horribly wrong. Blame's still one of those moments, and he's walking around the map still heart beating. The spray from Down really stopped that from getting awkward. I mean, the spray control, when he's shooting at toes and kneecaps as well, Chad, like, that's not easy spray. It's not center of mass. It's not a really easy target to adjust your spray to. He's aiming at bloody toenails.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job of bailing them out there. That round could have really fallen if he was traded top heart, but look at Borup. He's more than ready for this rotation back into lobby. Blame. It's an off angle. I don't think he's going to check this. He's going to poke his barrel forward. He should be taken out of the picture any second now. Ooh, okay, I thought for a moment there was a chance. But you might be watching this and thinking, Blame, he's always last alive. Well, he's well aware of his capabilities as an individual. He's got fantastic entry fraggers. Rush is very selfless. He'll get in there. Config as the second man. Obo as well likes to get stuck in. Poison potentially leading the charge with that AWP. So Blame doesn't need to be the first man in. He doesn't need to approach the game in that fashion. You will see him in a lot of these clutch situations, and having converted 2 out of 4 rounds for the boys, it's a very positive stance. But they need a few more here. So Complexity, they're being shaken right now. I haven't seen them look this disrupted in the entire time I've been watching them, to be honest.
They're under perhaps an unaccounted for amount of pressure. And now, looks like Down immediately getting himself down the vents, trying to keep them at bay. Bullet
Knife out!
Keeping Rush down. And anybody that wants to try and be a rat in that smoke will have a slice.
Come on now.
Of Down.
Normally when we talk about young players in these situations, obviously it's to the negative extent, but then also when everything goes right, they just play their absolute best. They are in the perfect environment for this.
True.
They have nothing to worry about, nothing to fear anymore. They've got a map to the good, and they're already leading quite nicely in map 2 here. So if anything, they start feeling a bit more confident, and obviously sure on the other foot for the T's here. Now, that's a beginning. As Poison goes down, Rush already tagged up. We saw how that happened. And Config's found a bit of room. Did Nico see or consider that? I don't think so.
Yeah, and that might make things awkward for Tessus here. He's being quiet about it. He's well aware of the potential. Good catches from Obo. Advantage now, Complexity. He's cleared outside. Cleared Mini. Config sweeping into heaven. He won't catch a glimpse of Tessus yet, but I mean, in time.
That's right. No, he's just below. Bloody hell.
Keeping his noggin down.
Yeah. Oh, boy. 3 members of Complexity descending to the lower site. Who's going to be the first CT rotate here? I mean, I'm seeing Cadian partnered up. Config's got full control. Tessus can control the vent drop.
See how they're clearing lobby? They're looking for that lurk. Now, they're either going to save right here, well, they're really making sure that nobody's holding. Look at this. They're really clearing as if somebody could still be close. So very, very worried about that 5th man, well, 4th in a round like this, being somewhere he shouldn't. That'll be round number 5, and Config's actually on the hunt here. So this is curious, seeing if they can get any damage done. But round number 5 will be on the board for Complexity. So if they get 6, a very good first half. You know, we're talking about how Nuke seems to be trending more in the favor of the T's if they can continue to punish that CT-side economy. And just remember the first 3 rounds of the game. Crater, TK, 3v5 pistol loss. That's how they started. So then bouncing back, they're getting in it. They're really activating.
I mean, yeah, so of the last, what have we seen? 3 CT rounds in a row. That's going to be breaking their silence. Complexity, their rounds have been scattered. So only stringing together 2 consecutive round wins over this one. And Obo contributing straight through the smoke in order to find themselves their 5th. Chad's bang on. You can kind of sweep it all under the rug, forget about it, take your break, have your swig of water, and come into that second half revitalized. But a 10-5 would be a little more of a stern reminder of how this game did start. Let's get into our final Complexity T round. Could be of ESL One Cologne 2020.
For Complexity, you want that additional. I feel mentally that's one of the ones that when you go into that second half, you're feeling better about it. 6 seems a lot better than 5, even though it's really not that far away. Honestly, any silver lining, any confidence booster, I feel they will benefit from. But Cadian, that smoke, once it dissipates, how much vision does he have? Wow, okay, straight through to lobby. Obo's there. Bear in mind, there's still a player into the left. It's Rush. He could do with this. That's excellent for him. Doesn't fall to the death. Doesn't get knifed. No bad problems here for Rush. That is a big success, and that's very early in the round.
Yeah, and Boris walks straight into the crosshairs of Obo. Wow, sometimes the rounds just come straight to you, and there's the feat he was waiting for. Sprays wildly. Nico eventually caught through the smoke, and it's down to Tessus. He's got a whole squad coming towards him. He eventually is knocked on his ass. It's 9-6. Heroic heading into their T side, but Complexity back, and with a whole lot of vicious Counter-Strike to come.
(9-6) on the half here in map 2. Bear in mind, this is now do or die for Complexity. This is them coming in with the deficit from map 1, and it was quite telling. Heroic are prepared, they're locked in, they're loaded, and they are looking good.
And I will remind you as well that we've seen Complexity's T side on Nuke look almost indomitable with the right anti-strat against the right team, and this was enough to humble Blame F. And of course, their mental fortitude has been really tested. They're charging, and this looks like the right call. Someone's been doing their homework. They got a ramp stack into the ramp stack. Okay, here we go, and there we go. It's over. 5 kills in quick succession. Complexity and Blame F made the right call to start off the second half.
Just the other day, we were singing their praises, Heroic, when they did that ramp rush where they were bunny hopping backwards, having that hitbox, the head tucked down, going around to ladder base, doing the same thing. And Complexity went, none of that silly business. Run into this stack right here. We'll put the USPs right in your face, and we'll show you how it's done. So that's clean and easy as you like. They're the 5 headshot strategy working perfectly, but Heroic are going to bounce back straight with a force bite. We love their top site take here where they do the Molotov towards top hut, the smoke in front of Squeaky Door to force the rotation, but this time it's going to be straight down Secret and straight through the smoke.
Oh, that was the 1-2. Dunked him with the nades, scout through the smoke, flashes from his teammates, a perfect and very nasty deaths down. Good moves. He's actually got himself down towards Sync. Problem if Obo doesn't get away after the first, he's getting shot at. This could be perfect. Borup does manage to get himself the frag and the plant. They've got a lot out of these pistol armor. And now it could get awkward. I mean, I will remind you, there is not a kit in play here for the CTs. Time is their greatest ally here for Borup and co.
Borup's position makes me nervous. It's one that can really bring great success. Rush tries to check on it. He falls first. And now the support, the cavalry is here. There it is from control.
Oh!
They're keeping it under control. And Heroic get right back on the board.
I want to point out why that's fantastic work right there from Heroic. The fact that both played window above Borup's position. To clear him out, they have 2 options complexity. Either dip and dive over the top and try and swing on the dark position, or force around on top of that rafter and put distance between him and the CTs retaking the site. The 2 players in the top window ready to swing means that no matter what, he is safe. They can trade. It can be efficient. And they've turned this round on its head.
And they turned dark from being a one and done, gimpy spot into something
that's insane.
Very, very powerful. I love it. Heroic starting to make fans out of many of us here this evening. Great Counter-Strike. And Blame does have config in the ranks, which fortunately puts them into an early stead. It's going to be equaled out by Cadian. Tessus is going to be working his way round red. There's smokes to enable his cross to Secret. Nico's already down there. And only real CT presence, likely the first rotator, will be that ramp player in Obo. So not really in the biggest rush. I'm intrigued as to why they've waited by red with the bomb, like crossing so late, and they are doing so without any CT calls. Nobody's holding that cross. Not a sound cue, not a peep.
And they've really studied the CT side of rotations of complexity here. Look at how exploited this is. Look how much room that Nico's been able to take without an early warning signal whatsoever. The first sound cue they'll get will either be a door swinging wide open or the window breaking. And at that point, there's 2 Molotovs. That could Molotov off to either side of ramp, and they won't have to worry about anybody coming on through. Heroic still have to clear the site. They still have to worry about it. We know it's clear. The window breaks. There's the Molotovs I was talking about. Now they can isolate the site. 7 seconds to do so. Pushing on in. Mac-10 leading the way. Planting safe. Decon's covered. Things are looking picture perfect right here for Heroic.
I have very rarely seen something so choreographed. So Nico. You know, that was ambitious. And it does open up a little bit of an account of danger. Tessa's probably not going to be gifted the same sort of support, maybe, from Borup. But yes, Tessa's falls away, plays the new angle, allows them to filter through. Surely this gets stopped now. Blame F in the 1v2. Cadian's not going to let this slip. Tessa's tries to make the play, but Blame F can fall away from this one. And, I mean, these rounds are close. I have to, again, it's the heroic prep, the approach, the conclusion. The fights are still close. We know Complexity are great. They're great players. But god damn does Heroic have a good head start.
It's putting them in such good stead that it's almost always a disadvantage for Cole on the retake. Like, it doesn't matter how good your aimers are. If fights are always going to be more awkward than your opponents. It was a great shot, but it's Tessus that really wrapped it all up. He just had to exist while Borup did what he could from the sync or decon position.
There are a lot of details from that round, but the key one that I want to note here is Config actually taking the duel with Stown in the Squeaky room. One of the keys to Heroic's T-side is the Molotov on the hut roof with the nade towards Squeaky to blow it open and the smoke that limps out in front to obscure vision for the vent dive. That's Stown's playground. Now, if they want to take that heads up, they can fight him. They can drop some pop flashes in and really take that duel. It's not an easy one, but if you're going to send anyone after him, maybe it will be Config. So let's keep an eye on that as we get back into the gun rounds in what will be round number 20. Right now, it's just Blame F on that AK. He's shown it outside. He's now dropped back towards ladder, spamming it away, trying to force them in a direction. We can see now 2 players already down Secret, make that 3. Stown overseeing things in the yard, just dropping a bit of utility, keeping them eyes glued towards that yard position, but they're already across.
Yeah, rinse, repeat. And then they'll do the same Molotovs, I assume. Flash up, take space. And bomb can come in. It's Tessus to cover the right side. He was responsible for the molly, and Fortunately, Config did not get that headshot, but there was a real chance, a slight gap in this execution, or this form of it. Flash on the right side of ramp for Borup to do some damage, perhaps. It's down into that warehouse. So he's got Rush, he's hunting that rifle down. They know there's a prized possession that's been stolen from them, and there is a degree of hunting involved for this. Two AKs recovered. Oh, one AK recovered. Now Nico's hitting his headshots.
Okay, sorry, what?
Straight through.
Hello?
All right, mate. All right, Nico. He's got his Desert Eagle. He's got 2 kills.
Some people might question why was the need for that chase in there. Well, the money, because of the force buy from Complexity, what means is going into this gun round, they won't have the goodies. Kit Watch will be on high alert right now. Weapons either have to be emissions, and you can see that the FAMAS has already been bought on through. So this means they've had to drop their firepower for more utility. And Nico here, hello. I don't even know that you're here, mate. I can't see you. Now I can.
You got the little bit of splatter for the first shot.
Look at him having a giggle. I'd be laughing too, mate. It can't go better than that, can it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, they're the most dangerous. They're having fun. They're running exactly what they want to do, but this is the buy round against them, and it looks shoddy, Alex.
Yeah, look how fast Config's trying to rotate in. He actually may have missed the vent drop. But already, we have got a Borup behind enemy lines. They'll do outside smokes, maybe even go ramp. This could be groovy. I love the way this one's starting to shape up. Look, outside smokes, Cadian to lurk, Tessus down, Nico taking... Well, I should correct myself. It's Borup down lower. But those 3 will be working their way through the lobby position.
We heard the ladder. Config was noisy.
That's a big problem. Kind of surprised seeing a fumble like that. Maybe truly unaware someone could have been down there. Maybe that little bit of seed of doubt came through, but now the T's get even a better launch pad into this round. Still fully sitting on all those mollies. No smokes left, but I'm assuming this top site is about to get roasted.
Oh, man, it's clever. Borup catching that.
Oh, Rush.
Smokes, and Rush is flushed out into the top. Only Poison. He's very precise, is our Poison, but not the first. 3 versus 2. It's down to plan. Obo completely nullified. He won't be able to climb up there. And so another tough decision to be made. Complexity's chances of a semi-final are just being ripped from them. And I mean, Obo, a FAMAS. You said Kit Watch. You're bang on. Heroic by getting this bomb down. They've almost sealed the deal. No one's given them a free frag, and that's far from free. Obo pays with his life.
He has to save. I don't know how Blem can get back into this. There's no time, there's no chance, there's no kit, there's no hope. Borup finishes him off. That's 13 on the board for Heroic. This is amazing stuff.
Can we just take a second to really quantify? We're seeing Heroic win their map looking quite good. It was exciting. We've come into this. This was the danger map, right? Complexity known to have really good T sides, very robust, very good players individually. It all comes together. Heroic have turned up incredibly well prepared. They seem to be reading the game ahead of them. They're feeling it. I am worried for Complexity in this, wholeheartedly. I think Heroic have done more than enough now.
Here's a short list of the teams that Complexity have beaten on Nuke recently. Na'Vi, Mad Lions, OG, Force, Vitality, FaZe. I mean, the list is long and it is star-studded.
7 straight.
That's illustrious. That's
7 in a row for Complexity, and Heroic with God Hunden watching over. It does seem to be translating into something worth screaming about. They are 3 rounds away from a semi-final, ladies and gentlemen, and they're doing so with style. The Borup vent dive into outside smokes, into Config thinking he had to rotate, to Borup profiting into a 4v5 topside execute. It's hot. It's Counter-Strike. And I'm loving every second we get to spend watching it. Deagles, Kevlar Vest, it's Complexity doing their Kevlar best to make something happen in round 21, and already the head of the snake has been chopped off. Now they writhe embarrassingly for the next 90 seconds.
Rush, go back to Tessus for us before he reloads. 1 bullet. Look, 1 bullet shot. That's all he needed to take Blame out. Just 1 little AK bullet to the head, and, well, the in-game leader and the man who clutched in the first. Okay, Poison, you heard me. You want to fight as well.
all right. It's got to be a bit more, though. Again, for the CTs, it can't just be small victories. It has to be quite big ones at this point, even though they are on Deagles. You need more away from this. Now, Obo falling back. That's good from Rush. Taking down Cadian's excellent. They've seen now the vast majority of players. Do they check on Config? He has gone unnoticed thus far. Borup seems aware.
Saw him!
Run out. It's game over for Config. And my word, Heroic are going from strength to strength. Poison put down. Heroic on the verge of almost victory at this point.
the money's still not great because of that Deagle Kevlar buy. Look, again, you can see Blame F. He has to get Kevlar, then he's going to get utility behind it, but a defuse kit won't be able to follow. So you just have to look at this. By going for more of a potent pistol buy, they've actually hurt themselves going into this gun round. It's enough to work with, sure, but it's not all the goodies. They haven't even given themselves a single round here. Oh, dude, that's like you're in the street and you both go to the same side and then you come back and you go to the same side. It's the nice little dance.
A life pro tip for you is when I feel it coming, I just put my hand, I point in the direction I'm going.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
I look a bit weird, but they know what's going on. They know what's going on.
Like you're on a bike.
Exactly. So here we are, folks. We are at the business end of our first quarter-final. Poison narrowly firing off a shot 50 caliber round, giving Nico a undesired haircut.
The util's so light already. We're at 120. Some players have nothing to put into play at this point. They've bought down to 0. This is the investment. This is the chance for Complexity to dig their heels in. Has to start now. Nothing's gone wrong to start with, which is a bonus. They've had some trips and falls on the way early. Now we're seeing those smokes getting put into place. This plays in towards Nico. What does he do with this?
The outside smokes might give Nico the fight he wants.
Exactly that. Now he knows what's up. There goes
He's ahead of it!
Wait, Nico just read him like a book. He is just one step ahead this whole way through. Borup looking to maybe punish these rotations, try and get a little behind them. No, Rush right there. Now gets the first, gets head ripped off. It's looking good for the Tees.
Wow. I mean, I will give you a little insight into that round. Chad, his mouth agape, eyes wide. They are playing these Complexity boys like a fiddle. Unbelievable. Ahead of the glaive smoke. One of the panic buttons that Cole like to hit is he'll underhand it, and now Stown. Oh, okay.
It's such a nightmare.
Desperately trying to hold on to his weapon. This isn't for a round win, by the way. This intensity is just to preserve. Everything, to have another go.
Everything is, look, Heroic have done the hard work. They've definitely got the strap book out, the notebook out, the game plan, everything. They know exactly what Complexity are doing in every single moment. But what it looks like, the picture it paints, is Complexity are just missing timings or they're just getting unlucky. That's not the case. That is not the case whatsoever. They are being handedly destroyed by the #1 team in Denmark right now. Let me tell you that the stat lines over there for HLTV.org have Heroic as the #1 squad because of those roster changes within the realms of Astralis.
We're at 15-7. I feel like it's just been this constant machine from Heroic.
There's the blunt object you were talking about, Chad. Every time I watch Obo, I see what
he doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't miss.
You give him a jewel, you give him a heads-up fight, he doesn't miss.
No, and that's certainly a powerful tool, but poor Workman blames his tools. Let's see what Complexity can do into what could be the final round of our first quarterfinal here, folks. Blame's going aggressive, taking matters into his own hands. He wants to be able to call the outside cross, put Poison into a good position to thrive. And I will admit, he's been a relatively quiet presence on this second map, the do or die, the sink or swim. Smoke's outside. Blame will be able to call whether or not it's a fake or not.
A lot of pressure on his shoulders here, Blame F, to keep this under wraps, keep that information flowing throughout the team, ensure that they have the full picture of this, let alone if they actually come towards him. Now, beyond that, the T's running down this clock. They're making him sweat. They're going to make him just have to really go through the motions. Are we in the right place? Do we have
so uncomfortable?
It's vile. And Blame F, I'm sure he's chomping the bit. He wants to get involved, but he can't. He's going to hear some of this. He's going to note what's going on. He still sees nothing.
Oh, yeah, you still can't. Look how far he's
going.
Pushed up. Now he's got the info, and he does get the frag. That's huge. Outside smokes, a complete waste of time for Heroic.
Who's on ramp?
And it's Poison. Already a chance for a second. He's taken down Nico. Just 3, make it 2 as they hold the wolf from the door. The bomb needs to be recovered. Stown's not got the moves yet. And an AWPA training on his location should confirm the round. Complexity, this is much more convincing stuff. Nice clean pickup for Rush. And so 8 is found, but quite the spree required. 7 rounds in a row, no easy feat. It is CT side Nuke. We've seen 7-round sprees. We just saw, was it 6? Yeah, 6 in a row from Heroic's T side. So not out of the realms.
I understand why Heroic aren't going for the all-in force right here. They have a lot of rounds to work with, but I would love to just see them keep their foot on the gas, right? Because the intensity that they've been able to build in this game and pushing Complexity to the backs against the wall, of course, you could get away with, you know, one sloppy little mistake.
That's it. We'll see. Pacey round coming in. Flashed out. They're going to get around it.
Is the bomb lower?
It's already lower. Tess has got away with it. Is anyone on Ram? Does he get the cross? He gets it. That's a plant. They're getting away with a lot here. And now Config probably going to be annoyed by this, wants to get back in.
Oh, not like this.
Borup just got one, and now we're in a bit of danger. Config keep control, keeps calm, keeps cool, keeps the round favorable.
Cadian. Not going to get away with that one. Obo was getting his way to the bomb.
I was ready to pack it up. I was so ready to pack it up. That seemed so
That's got his mouse bungee in his hands. He's already halfway wrapped.
He's packing it up.
Oh, even rounds like that are scary.
Yeah, that was a Glock, no armor, charging down the vents and getting a bomb plant. Lovely stuff. I love the contrast of the two rounds they've currently thrown since match point, since semi-final point. They go for the super slow and they go for the rascal play. I do love the heroic cams giving us insight into the type of atmosphere they're currently thriving within. And I think it's very exciting when you have young and competent individuals managing to have fun when it's become their job. This is their profession. This is how their performance review looks. For you, you're sitting in a meeting and they're telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that. For them, it's all on the scores, on the doors. Deep smoke from Poison.
Needs a belter from this as well. He doesn't have the support from Obo. Normally Obo kind of leans around that way as well. It's just him this time. In the right place for Obo too. Finding Testis is good. Blame F in position. Nicely held, nicely handled. Poison running through the veins. Has already Borup now left in the 1v5. Very tough to consider a way he finds in, but that's a clean start.
Very clean. He did damage to Poison as well. If Config's a bit too frag hungry here, we could be having some issues. They're so isolated. He has a minute to have 4 1v1s. And that's a reality that, of course, Complexity are going to be looking to resolve. They'll be making sure their pieces are much more adequately positioned. And I like this from Poison. He's got one side of the door covered. He knows a ramp descended there. Config's got the lobby push. Seems like Heaven will be his route. And look at how close of a line Rush is holding. If he holds W, if he's not walking into this line of sight,
oh no!
Got a chance. Controls it.
The avenue to top was open then, so I freaked out that if he'd missed that, Borup up the ladder in the site.
That's what you hope for, is it? That's not the one. They don't die after the second. I think that's the face you're pulling.
Okay. Double digits now for Complexity. 1 timeout remaining in their back pocket. They're not going to get an opportunity to use it if they lose a round, so they need to start mounting here. Obo's leading the charge yet again. 20 kills to his name, 18 for Blame F.
Money's down.
Pistols again. So we saw how dangerous Heroic were before. They get a couple more cracks just like this. They might even be able to break through.
Oh, chunky damage. Obo's going to be chuffed with that.
Yeah, that's one that I'm sure the Lanxess would have made a whole lot of noise about, just seeing 4 bodies hit the deck in quick succession. Quick massacre to get them into the next round of play. We aren't going to be seeing that timeout called, but yeah, just a hold of his mouse one and catching that last straggler through the smoke as well.
It wakes him up, I guess.
Good to see him smiling.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard mentally for these guys. Some of them younger, some of them older. You know, it's a lot of pressure. And I don't like always going to the mental sort of side of things, but when you've been battered and bruised, you're against 15, having a round like that, get you feeling it again.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how many they needed to connect, right? How many they needed to string together back to back, and they are 4 of the required 8 from doing so. 4 in a row for Complexity. They have had 8 match points from Heroic. That's 8 times they have had, and continue to have the shot at picking up the semi-final spot here in regulation. Previously, we have seen evidence that Heroic may have issues closing, maybe mental turmoil can start to creep in.
Oh my God.
Love it from Poison. That's going to get right under their skin. Borup eliminated, forced to watch as this round will have to work without him. All his util, all of his frags no longer going to be a part of the contribution. Cadian's got a lovely little lineup for this one.
Bravery to go for that in these scenarios.
Oh my God.
Underhand smoke to gray screen the rafters play. Rush. It was Rush, excuse me. Poison plucks him out. Just 2 remaining. Complexity have just completely locked this down. A-site is theirs. Get away. And even pushing into Squeaky. Config does make a bit of a meal of it. Nico will be happy to collect 1, but maybe there's more to be said. Ahead. Now rolls. Poisons. Gone. 60 seconds for Nico. Bomb on that top site. Rush taking down Tessus in the full flashbang wars of earlier. And now playing steps into the line of fire. Nico, they called him the unpredictable, and I start to predict a 1v5.
Oh my God!
Again! Rush saves the day! My God, it could have been it. They could have ended right there.
Jeez, the safety net of BlameF on the flank to fall in that fashion. It felt like that round was done. As soon as I saw Blame on the radar coming around, tucking on through, Nico's avenues, they were shut on down, but he deals with that and makes this round competitive. I have to give credit here for Complexity still fighting. The fact that Poison pushing into Hut and taking the initiative to duel that early when they are against this situation, 1 round away right now from dropping on out. And Nico, you can see that. He was feeling it.
That would have been a career clutch.
Jeez, that was insane.
That would be one he watches in 2022 before his LAN final. That's a clip he'll come back to.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
The money now.
I've got goosebumps. It didn't even happen, Lauren. Okay, we can all calm down now. So I talked about the 8. Well, now it's just 3. Complexity are on their way, folks, from doing the consecutive run to overtime.
Grit and determination get pulled in here. They've got a grip of the game. But I mean, it's fine margins. You saw it in that last round. One player can almost tear you apart in this sort of matchup. And we'll see how close it can get again. Tease this time. Gonna be taking a second to consider any moves from the C teams. BlameF last time got great deals of info with his push towards the outside area. This time posted up by Red and Nico on the other side.
Part of me is nervous about Nico's life there. It does look like he's gone back. Oh no, he's still sticking around outside. So is he conscious that BlameF has gone for something so cheeky? The outside smokes will mean nothing.
Caught off here.
Oh yeah, he's been completely caught off. Lovely choice from the Dane against his domestic rivals here. Going international and trying to prove its worth with a fantastic first blood.
They might have to pump the brakes after that smoke lands here. It looks like they want to use the outside smoke still, but they're starting to dissipate. So heads-up duels are important. Borup and Tess says they need to find some kills. That's the 2 AK-47s. Stown and Cadian, they have the Galils, and they're drawing attention towards top right now.
Oh man, suddenly this
Not looking.
Doable. Config distracted, eliminated. Rush needs a multi-kill. He needs to find Cadian's head. It's not enough. 2 on 3.
BlameF.
He can't do anything. James going to win the round again. It's going to be 3 in total.
Okay.
And just 2 more chances for Heroic before we reset. We wipe the slate clean. They've got to clear their heads here. Timeouts 2 remaining for Heroic and 2 rounds to find the 1 elusive.
God, he's pivotal,
16.
isn't he? BlameF is
That's 3
brilliant
in the round,
at
right?
what he does.
Yeah. He finds a lot of space for them. He takes a lot of responsibility as an in-game leader. But this partial buy here, with 3,400 going into the final, Heroic is still threatening, Lauren. This is the Tech 9s. I know that you love them.
Hackers are out. I'm a big fan because it throws mayhem into the matter. It's things that are unpredictable. It's players flying straight down to a secret, catching a nade or 2, taking a bit of damage, sure. But they're still down there, all heard, all relayed. BlameF hears it all. Even gets a touch of damage towards Tessus, but look at Conflict's position, Alex. This could be devastating.
Yeah, for him, if Cadian's blowing off heads like that, my God. Didn't even need to counter-strafe. Down.
Oh, God.
I'm starting to get nervous. There's only 3 CTs left. The Juggernaut could be beating its last few beats. Oboe, Poison into the lower site. Bombs there are wrapping around towards window room. Cadian already hit a spectacular shot. And now Oboe's in a very exposed position. It does look prime, though.
He can't be helped here, though.
So isolated. It's more than an island. It's on an own world, own planet, and Borup takes him down. It's down to BlameF and Poison. I cannot believe this is the round they might have just done it in.
And we start to chant, not like this, not like this. Poison and BlameF tend to agree. Molly forcing the fight. Borup will burn. If he doesn't fight, does damage, but that's the start. Blame down to 1 HP. If he could hit that AWP shot, we could be potentially manifesting the comeback, but this could be it. It looks like it might be. Blame, he's got no time, he's got no friends, he's got no health. It's 16-13 and Heroic are off to the semi-finals. Hard